thrilling, exciting, amazing edition of the Melrose Scoop. I am here with Mary Beth and Stephanie, and we're here to talk about a really cool, exciting day next Wednesday.
We love it to be described that way. Next Wednesday, November 20th, is the 4th annual Melrose Random Acts of Kindness Day. And it's just a day when we encourage everyone in our community to consciously and randomly focus on kindness throughout our businesses and our schools and our community.
Cool. And for those who may not be familiar with the colloquialism of random act of kindness, explain what exactly that is.
So an example that we like to use, Bill, is I'm at Starbucks, I'm ordering a coffee, and I'm going to randomly buy a coffee for the person behind me. It might be you. And we have these great cards that accompany the gesture. So it says, you've just received a random act of kindness, now it's your turn. Do something kind and unexpected for someone and leave this card when you do. It'll make you feel good. So the reason why we have these cards, we feel like it's a little bit easier if you have like a tangible to start that conversation. So I would turn, give you the coffee, say have a great day. Hopefully you leave feeling all sorts of, happy and then inspired to go and do something kind for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you've got some kind of materials here. We've got the cards, we've got some stickers, and you're going around to local businesses too.
Yeah, we're going around to all the schools and all the businesses, and these are the poster that you hopefully will see in all of the windows on November 20th or before. That just simply says come in for some kindness, so that when you enter the school or the building, you might be surprised in a random way. You'll also see on all the educators in Melrose, and Stephanie's wearing one right here. She's a kindness warrior. All the educators, all the shopkeepers, politicians,
police,
school
fire.
board, police, fire. Yeah, everyone will have these random, these kindness warrior stickers on, and hopefully they'll all be passing around cards.
And this is a great way to start the conversation. A lot of our teachers are wearing them, and then the students say, "What does that mean? How do I get one of those?" And then that sort of starts the discussion about what the day is and how they can participate.
That's great. And there's all kinds of ways that people can participate. So if you're a local business, how can you get one of these signs in your window?
So Stephanie and I are walking up and down Main Street today, yesterday, tomorrow, all of next week, up till Wednesday, going into each shop and saying you can hang this in your window, giving them kindness warrior stickers and kindness cards. We like to emphasize that it doesn't have to cost any money to be kind to someone. You can just walk up to a random stranger, tell them how awesome they look that day, or just tell them to have a great day, give a hug, as long as they're accepting hugs.
Right, it doesn't have to be buying coffee or something monetary, but we just use that as an example. Giving up a parking spot, letting someone cross in front of you. Simple things that we, I think, all kind of take for granted once in a while. So if you're making a conscious effort throughout the day just to make those small changes, it'll hopefully have a ripple effect.
We love to give one example that happened last year. A woman who we don't know, she just happened to know about Melrose Random Acts of Kindness Day. She went into Shaw's, and her intent was to buy groceries for the next person in line. And when she went to do so, she was given a gift card from the manager at Shaw's. And she said, "Oh wow, I came in to do a random act of kindness. Now you're doing this for me." So she used it to buy the groceries for the person next in line. She then said, "I now need to do something else." She went to Dunkin' Donuts. She said, "Let me have a dozen donuts." They gave her, she paid for a dozen donuts, brought it to Tom's Golf on Upham Street, said, "I'm bringing you donuts." He said, "Somebody already brought us donuts. Do you know this Melrose Random Act of Kindness Day?" She said, "Oh my God, what's going on?" Everybody seems to know. He fills up her tank and says, "That's on the house." So we just love that ripple effect.
And then she left and said, "I have to do something else," because
she's probably still wandering around
that had all participated.
And she's probably still wandering around Melrose looking to do her deed that someone won't repay.
So I think that, lesson learned there, if you're going to do an random act of kindness, get it done early, folks. I mean,
absolutely.
It looks like it's spreading. It's the 4th year you've been doing
this. This is the 4th year, yep. You will any minute now see a banner across Main Street, and hopefully you'll see the red posters in all of the windows everywhere in Melrose.
Great, and there's a photo op right here.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Outside of the YMCA in the courtyard, Chris Rodolico from Follow Your Art is going to chalk a
K, a big K, then a space, then a big N, and then a big D, and across the top it's going to say, be the I in kind. So you, passerby, will stand where the I is, therefore being the I in kind. You'll hold a dry erase board, and on that you will write, I just bought someone a cup of coffee, or I just gave my neighbor a hug, I made a homemade dinner, whatever you want to do. We'll take a picture, tag Melrose Kind, tag your page if you happen to be a local business and you want it to be on your page. That's another great way to do it. So fingers crossed that we don't have rain and that we'll be able to do that mural on Wednesday.
And this is the first year we're doing that.
So and a quick shout out to the YMCA, who has been awesomely kind.
Since day one.
Since day one, yes. They do a lot of really cool things throughout the day, and they are giving us their brick space in their YMCA courtyard to put up that mural.
That's great. Yeah, Caitlin Doherty over there is fantastic.
She's fabulous.
Yeah.
We 2 years ago walked into the YMCA and we were about to talk about what Random Acts of Kindness Day was. And she said, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. We've got tons of ideas. We're going to get a stack of Starbucks gift cards, and randomly as members swipe in, we're going to give them out. And then the hope is that that individual goes to Starbucks and maybe does something kind. And again, it's the ripple effect." So.
Yeah.
Another one to shout out is the Fairs to Remember. They make up bouquets and put them in random places around the city with a card that says enjoy for as long as you want, and then pass it along to someone else. So you might see a bouquet somewhere in the city that you'll be able to hang on to for a while and pass it along.
They had a beautiful bouquet delivered to the hospital, and then asked the nurses, someone that maybe doesn't get visitors, someone that hasn't had flowers. And so then it circulated, amongst the patients. So
we've got many stories.
Yeah,
We
lots
could
of
be
stories.
here.
Yeah, we only have a couple
It's its
minutes,
own podcast, I
Right.
think.
but I think
Absolutely.
in today's culture, though, there's so much negativity, so it's nice to focus on something like this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for doing
Thank you
this.
so much. Thank you for having
Great.
us and helping spread the word.
Absolutely. And you have a Facebook page.
Yes.
Yes, it's called Melrose Kind, and we're also on Instagram and Twitter because SDM Foundation was kind enough to show us how to do that. So you can follow Melrose Kind on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you,
so
Bill.
much, guys.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care. Melrose Kindness Day next. Random Act of Kindness Day next Wednesday. Bye.